highlights
Man.
that perception thing.
That would have probably been the dunk of the year for us as a team. I said it after the game. I think we need to get one from him. They've been getting on me, so now you see the past 2 games I've been trying to, so now that I think it's rubbing off. He tried to go one, TT tried to get one. I mean, TT wasn't going to make his, but it's rubbing off, so it's great to see.
Dean has had his role constantly fluctuate. He's been in the starting lineup, out of the starting lineup, low minutes, high minutes. How do you describe the impact that he's had on you guys during this start?
He does defensively. I think before I got here, I didn't realize the defensive player that he was. And I think seeing the hard work that he's put into it, being there, being a rebounder, using his length, not fouling. And then also we try to tell him, like, hey, shoot every time you touch the ball. He made a great pass to J.A. in the paint after a shot fake in the corner. So I don't care. You need to shoot that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just continue to get shots up. And the other night he was 0-7 or whatever it was. And then look at a night like tonight, 5 or 6, whatever it is. So, like, that's what we need from him. Space the floor, play with space, setting high screens. You got to make a decision. You double me, he's wide open. If you go back to him, now I'm downhill. So, he provides that for us, and it's great to see him consistently, be that.
How'd you feel about getting Max back, and what'd you see from him?
The same Max we all know. I think the biggest thing is he wasn't hunting, he wasn't chasing, just continue to play within the system. And I think that's ultimately what we're going to need. He brings something that we've been missing, and I think to say that while having the best record in the league is special, and to continue to take us to another level. And you saw it tonight, the 2-man game with Evan. We're going to continue to, hammer that because I think that can be something that, kind of like him and Bam in Miami, but also, using Evans being out, using Evan, being dynamic in that regard, having to kind of make a decision there, who to guard, do you hedge, do you switch, what do you do? Just continue to play that, but he's been, working to get here, and we're glad to have him back.
When you talk about him bringing something that, you guys haven't had, or I don't know, whatever you need, what's your definition of that?
There's an IQ part to it, there's being in the right spots, and, but then also like the movement. Like I said, the 2-man game with him and Evan, I think that's something that he's used to. You've seen it throughout his years in Miami, so now he can bring his knowledge, flipping screens, slipping, setting, reading the game. Like, it makes it just easier on everybody.
You talked about how he casually kind of walked into 8 different threes in his first game back. When he gets his legs under him, he's getting more comfortable. How impactful is that? Just the gravity that he's also going to have.
Yeah, you saw it last year. What were we, 4-6 without him or something like that? Just for defenses that have to pay attention to him. Like I said, that's the biggest thing, about our offense. You really have to make so many decisions, and now you add another guy who shoots it at a high clip, and that's ultimately what makes him special, as well as being able to be, a great rebounder, hustle plays, little things, but having him back, being able to have another element, another weapon is huge.
You guys were up 33, and George went and dived
Yes,
on
he
the
did.
floor. You talk a lot about the habits that you guys are setting for playoffs and all those different things. When it comes to playing against a team like the Milwaukee Bucks, that are just coming off the NBA Cup, how important is that to continue to set those standards?
You got to. This is what we want to be. We understand that they won the Cup. They're the champions, so to speak, right now. So for us to kind of come in and set that tone, doesn't matter if we're up 30, down 30, that's what we want to be. And for a vet like that to put his body on the line, up 30, we have a game tomorrow, doesn't matter. Like, we're continuing to build the right habits, and it shows that we're willing to do whatever it takes to win these games. And that's just a level of consistency that he brings, but we all got to do it together, and that just shows what we've really been working on all season. That's what you want to see out of us.
Going back to Max, looked like he was searching out physicality tonight. When you are coming back from an injury like that, though, is that something that you have to find out right away and try to get back used to it?
He's a nut, man. He's a guy. He needs that. You know what I mean? I told him he was dumb for almost fouling Gary Trent, but he's like, I need, like, it's what he needs. And some guys are like that. I feel him. So I wasn't too mad. But yeah, sometimes you got to go out and then tell your body and remind yourself, like, I can take a hit. I can do different things. I can drive to the basket. I dealt with that with my knee last year, like, over the summer, like, reminding yourself, that this is who you are and this is what it takes. And being out for 9 weeks, there's a lot of time to really think, and feel pain and feel aching. So for him to kind of need that, sometimes you do need that coming back from injury, and you saw it tonight.
Another game where multiple of you guys had double-digit scores. I mean, what does it say
about this team that so many guys can find their groove, get their shots falling on the same night and on multiple nights in a season?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just the diversity of our offense. You know, it's really there's so many. It's unpredictable. There's so many different options. That's what makes us lethal. Now the biggest thing is can we continue to do it over and over again, and you're seeing it. You know, but at the end of the day, we did it tonight. We got to do it tomorrow and Monday, and then on the road trip. But it's great to continue to have that, and our habits continue to build. You know, throughout this stretch.
You played with Max last year, so it's not new chemistry, new player, but in a new system. Do you guys pick right up on that chemistry? Or
Yeah, I mean, this is really the system that fits him. This is, when you think of Max Strus, pace and space, like this is perfect. So I really, you know, when Kenny got here, you know, we weren't really worried or thought about this is, if anybody fit in perfectly, it'd be him. You know what I mean? This is just something that, you know, it would be easy to kind of adjust to and kind of get into. And you're seeing, you saw it tonight, but you see it in practice. You see, like, with his IQ and the level of, you know, experience that he has, for him to come in, it's going to be a seamless fit. It's not going to be hard. You're not introducing something new to him. And I think that's what's going to make this process easy and continue to build from there.
Kenny had talked about how, with Max coming back, having to divvy up minutes between more guys now. It's a good problem to have with all the depth, but how do you guys balance that when there's guys, obviously, that want to keep playing the minutes that
I think it helps when you have the group back. One of the perks of bringing everybody back is we know, one, how to communicate. We know we're sacrificing for each other. We've built something, so it's easy, you know, easier, I should say, to kind of take a step back, you know, for the next guy. You know, I think that's one of the benefits of having the same core group back, because you know, you see it, we vibe, we rock with each other. But that's a real thing. You know, you guys can easily sit here and say, I want to get paid or I want more minutes, but ultimately, if you win, you know, everything else takes care of itself, and we have a group that understands that. Which is not easy to find in the NBA, and I think that's one of the hardest things to find in the NBA. So just continuing to have that level of sacrifice for each individual, and it's not easy, you know what I mean, but continuing to do it 1 through 15 or 16, whatever it is. So again, I think that's huge.
Do you watching volleyball on Sunday?
Yeah, big win last night. Hopefully Anna can play. I know she rolled her ankle, but you know, we'll see.
It's like a home game for you.
I know. I mean, I didn't know it was at the arena either. I might even try to go, to be honest. So we'll see.